Hello my LEGO friends! In this video I'm going to be showing you on why Jango Fett cannot be a skin in Battlefront 2 for Boba Fett. He should be a full-fledged hero in this game, not a skin for Boba Fett. First of all, here's the first example. It's like saying that we shouldn't have Anakin in the game, that we should have just had Anakin be a skin for Luke Skywalker. See, it doesn't really qualify, considering that they're almost basically the same character. There's their father and son, and they almost have the exact same plot lines of they're Jedi's, yet they might fall to the dark side. Anakin fell to the dark side. Luke had a chance to fall into the dark side, and it's like basically like saying that freaking Jango Fett should just be a skin for Boba because of they're both father and son. Second point is all the dialogue in this game that Boba says is meant for the original trilogy characters. They're meant for the original trilogy characters. This is why it wouldn't work if we had Jango Fett talking about Darth Vader or talking about Darth Vader. It wouldn't make sense. It really wouldn't make sense about him talking about on how it's a shame that they had to rely on bounty hunters because Jango Fett wasn't alive when Darth Vader was a thing. When Darth Vader was a thing, and or Darth Maul. Well, he was alive when Maul was a thing, but I don't think he would be talking to Maul or anyone. He would be talking to the people like Anakin, Luke, Anakin, Obi-Wan, freaking everyone besides the original trilogy characters onwards. He would know who Bosk is, and also because they're bounty hunters, they would know each other. He would know Grievous, because Grievous he would slightly know, because he was on the Battle of Geonosis. And they would have to get Tamora Morrison back into the actual studio to record new voice lines for a skin for Jango, which would be tightly kind of like hard for them to do. But so they would have to get him back in to record voice lines. They would have to remove all the voice lines in the game that has Jango Fett saying any voice lines to any original trilogy character or sequel trilogy character or any character that isn't the prequel characters. He could probably do the one-off thing like a girl with a lightsaber like with Rey, but he would have to do like the blind assumptions on characters that he shouldn't be able to know who they are. And the third reason is because their armors are completely different. Jango Fett, his shoulder plates stick out more, his gauntlets are more cleaner, he has leg plates in different boots, and he has pistols. He has 2 pistols, he has a holster, and his jetpack is slightly smaller than Boba's. And Boba's freaking armor is slightly smaller on the chest, and also his armor's shoulder plates are actually attached to his shoulders, not just flowing off them. And plus, Jango Fett's helmet is different on the slight details parts. Right up above the antenna on Jango Fett's helmet sticks out more than Boba Fett's does. And right on the end, his helmet is much more kind of thick, fatter. It's kind of thicker than everything else than Jango Fett's helmet, than Boba Fett's helmet. A Jango Fett has holes in the sides of his gauntlets, so like squares. His gauntlets are much cleaner than his, as I've already stated. He doesn't have the weird little Wookiee hair on the side of his armor like Boba Fett. He doesn't have a cape. His freaking armor is slightly thicker. As I said, it covers up practically his entire body in his chubby little body. Their belts, Boba Fett wears like 13 different belts. Jango only wears 1. He has 2 holsters, which they would have to completely make new holsters because Jango Fett has the only holsters like that in the Star Wars universe. He has he has leg plating. His knee plating is slightly more squared. Then he has the leg plates that are actually covering his actual leg that's going down to his ankles. And then he also has different boots. So they would actually have to go through more time and effort making that skin, so they basically just make a new hero at that point. Just make the hero. And plus, freaking, he doesn't have the weird little line thing going across his butt like Boba does. And freaking their jetpacks are completely different. Their jetpack for Boba is slightly more smaller. It doesn't have as much details and lines on the sides, unlike Jango's. As I said, Jango's is much more top, and also all the scars on Boba Fett's helmet are actually just burnt into his helmet in Battlefront 2, and also he has a dent on his helmet, which Jango does not. So they would have to completely make a new helmet without the dent. Then they would have to completely make a new jetpack, new holsters, new knee plates, new leg plates, new boots, new gauntlets, new armor, new chest armor, new belt. They would have to literally, at that point in time, go through with making the new character, go through with making the new hero. It literally, more people would be happy on the way that he is in the game as a hero than a skin for another hero. That's why he can't be used in the game. And plus, more people would be happy with a new hero because he's the most requested hero in Star Wars Battlefront 2. More people want him than almost Ahsoka, but a lot of people want Ahsoka. So if they're gonna put Ahsoka in the game, then they have to listen to the actual fans. We don't want a skin of Jango Fett on Boba Fett. Sure, and like a quarter of people in the Star Wars community want that, but like the majority want him to actually be a hero. Literally, if we're looking at this, a quarter wants Jango Fett to be a skin, then 3/4 wants the Jango Fett to be a hero in the game, cause he's dual wielding, he's cool, and everyone wants him. So if they literally would have to disregard on why Jango shouldn't be in the game, if they make him a skin, I'm going to use that skin every single time because Jango Fett's much cooler than Boba Fett. But also, if they blatantly just disregard what we want and they say no, we're giving him a skin, he's been a skin, not a new hero. Literally, you're just gonna have to go through so much detail into making the skin, make the new hero at that point. Just make it. Just make the new hero. You'll get more respect. You just get more respect. And if they do not make it, and they do not make him as a hero in this game, or if he's just a skin in this game, I'm just gonna lose all respect for DICE. All respect for DICE. That something as simple as make a new hero that everyone wants is so blinded to them and they can't tell that, then they don't deserve to be a maker of Star Wars. They just don't deserve to be a game creator of Star Wars Battlefront. Literally, when a game from like 2005 has more heroes in a game than a AAA game in the current day and age, and has more heroes, including Jango Fett and Mace Windu, then you know you're doing something wrong.